What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Okay, I want to talk about SPS in the DAO specifically. Now, if you watched my most recent video, I went through what we can expect to see in terms of the amount of SPS locked up in the DAO once Riftwatcher sells out. Now, I don't know that Riftwatcher is necessarily going to sell it right away, but at some point it will, right? Over the next 6, 12, 18 months, however long it takes for Riftwatchers to sell out, it will sell out. And if the price of SPS doesn't necessarily move, especially while we're in a bear market, I kind of gave a range between 6 cents and 10 cents of anywhere between like 150 million to 250 million tokens. So that is a good chunk locked up. And when you think about the fact that there's a hard cap of 3 billion tokens that will ever be printed, of which 1% of that, I believe, has already been burned. What I get excited about is thinking, how do we deploy that potential 150, 200, 250 million tokens of SPS that are in the DAO once they are there? Well, many people have called for the SPS in there to just be burned for nothing, just like burn it so that we make SPS more scarce. I fundamentally disagree with that. I don't like the idea of burning, and the team has gone through so much effort to create a mini expansion, Riftwatchers, to sell that expansion to the community to raise this capital for a war chest within the DAO. And I think the last thing that you'd want to do is just flush that down the toilet to make all of the other tokens a little more scarce. I think that there is way more that we can do with that as a community to help the game. And so, the first thing is probably the more obvious one, where we can use or take some of that, and depending on what it's valued at, it could be several millions or tens of millions of dollars, depending on the price of SPS. Take that and use it towards partnerships, use it towards advertising, use it towards any types of collaborations that are possible, right? And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad idea. A lot of people have said, why don't we just go pay the fee to Binance so that they'll list SPS? That's not what I would do, but I wouldn't disagree with it either. And if that's what the community wanted and they put it up to a vote for the governance proposal, then, and it passed, then sure, why not? So all of those I think would be great ideas to help get the game out there. But there's also something I think we need to consider, and it's the long-term health of the game, as well as the long-term kind of additions of new aspects within the game. So the first of which is going to be tower defense. And if you've been following the Mav Chat, or if you've been following like my videos covering what Agrid has been saying, this is going to be a play-to-earn game as well, tower defense. And the fact is, it's coming out, or it's being announced at a time when it wasn't even discussed, or there wasn't even the thought of it wasn't even there when the white paper for SPS was written. So there's no tokens set aside, and I don't know that they're going to be putting out DEC, because that's just going to cause DEC inflation. So it sounds as though they want to do SPS, and Agrid has already said that there will probably be a proposal to take some of what was considered, or what was set aside for the team. And let's see if we can see here how much was for the team. So there's 270 million tokens for the team, right? That's going to be unlocked over 65 months. He wants to take some of that and put it towards the play to earn, right? So taking away from the team and giving back to the community. I think that's great, right? And I'd be in full support of that. But I'm hoping and I'm optimistic that tower defense is the first and not the last of some of these arcade games or different styles of games that come and play on top of the Splinterlands ecosystem. And I'm not even talking about GLS. I think GLS is going to be its own platform, right? So I'm just talking about SPS, Splinter Shards, and Splinterlands, the game, and kind of like the ecosystem. So let's say we do get other games in the future, or tower defense, or as I had earlier here, the play to earn ranked battle rewards, right? So right now they're giving out 7.5 million a month. This is going to decrease over 1% per month over the next 5.5 years. And it's on a 65-month schedule as well. But after 65 months, there will be nothing left, right? The allocation for it will be completely gone, which means that there won't be any rewards unless the team makes some major changes at that point, or they want to turn the DEC faucets back on. And I don't think that that's something that they want to do. So we need to start stacking SPS for this. And I think it's important that we start looking ahead as a community-owned game in the future for these types of things. So whether it is SPS staking rewards, SPS battle rewards, or ranked battle rewards or LP incentives, all of these things are going to require SPS in the future. Now, what's great is that we can lock up a ton of SPS now with Rift Watchers. And if we have that sitting there, that should last us some time. What's even better, though, is you think about the schedule that Agrod and the team want to get into, or at least Agrod has mentioned this, where he doesn't want it to be a 15-month cycle. He wants it to be condensed into a 12-month cycle, meaning they release a major expansion, Untamed, Chaos Legion, Upcoming Rebellion. They release that every 12 months, right? And they sell out, or they release it with the goal of selling out in 9 months, and then have like a 3-month period of no packs available, or at least main packs not available. So what that means is that if they're going to have a core pack or core edition released every year, then that would make sense that they would probably have a mini edition. So your dice, your Rift Watchers, orbs, all those kinds that come in at some point in those years as well and are released. And keep in mind, they do not count as company revenue. The team releases these and they go towards funding the DAO. So we could be constantly adding year over year finances to the DAO, or capital to the DAO, and use that to then maintain the rewards for LPs, for ranked battle rewards. Land, I don't know, maybe land will just be a one-time thing, and once it runs out, right? But like, you want people to be incentivized to stay in LPs. You want validator nodes to stay incentivized, right? You probably, even tournament prizes and ranked battle rewards, you want people playing for all of these things. So as we start to turn the corner of this game really maturing in a certain sense, and really getting to the next level here, I think it's important now that governance is here. We start to better understand how the tokens are distributed and what we can do and should be doing with them in the mid to long term. So I'm not a fan of burning them. I think that there will be plenty burned through the DEC mechanic if DEC goes above its peg. There'll be plenty burned through nodes, as it becomes more available. But I'm not worried about burning 99% of SPS, because at the end of the day, it's not about burning the SPS. That's just a marketing gimmick. What we really want is utility to the token, so people buy it because they have to have it. All right. And so using it in this way, I think for the DAO will be something we really need to consider and should probably start planning now. And to be fair, I'm sure the team has already been thinking about this. I'm sure the team already has some kind of structure or plan in place, but we'll need the community support and we'll need the community to vote on this at some point. So don't be surprised if in 6 months, a year, maybe 2 years from now, right? Who knows? If we start to have those conversations, if the team starts to have those conversations of like, okay, we have all this capital. Actually, it might happen earlier than 2 years, because once Rift Watcher sells out, we're going to have a good chunk of SPS sitting in the DAO. And even if SPS goes to the moon, right? Let's say SPS go to the moon and Rift Watcher sells out, and because of the price, there's only 50 million tokens. Well, 50 million tokens is still a good chunk. And you think about how much are being paid out on a monthly basis to all these, and it's just like, well, that covers a couple of months right there, right? So to me, this is important for us to start thinking about as a community, as owners within this game. And so just want to put it out there as something that we should be thinking about now with Rift Watchers right around the corner. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that this is something that we should be focusing on? Do you think that there are other things that we should be spending on? And if you believe that SPS should be burned in the DAO, give me your best argument. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't think it's the best use of funds, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Take care.